Yeah.
This is for my no move over, Marlene. I got you in there too. I'm gonna try to get everybody. This is for my friend Gina Raday, who is Gina. We have a small group so far this morning, but right before we get officially started, I'm just going to ask Sherman this question. And this is Sherman Smith. This is Marlene's broker that I told you about that knows so much about short sales. One of the things that Gina called me yesterday in frustration because she had some buyers who, she represented the seller, she had some buyers who backed out on a short sale once they got loan approval, or not loan approval, once they got lender approval. And her question was, you know, does the buyer have the right to back out at that point, and can they get their money back? So that was Gina's question.
Yes, they can back out. One of the ways to keep them in the transaction is keep in contact with them. You'll find out if they're going to back out early or they're getting cold feet, but they do have the right to back out. You know, there's so many loopholes in the contract, even if they just purchase, because until they have the lender's authorization, they don't really have a valid contract to go forward. And at that point, there's so many loopholes in the contract inspections, you know, yeah, they can back out easy.
Do you see any way to make it more binding, or any of you to keep the buyers from walking at that point, other than communication?
Some agents try to put money in the escrow, but it still doesn't bind them.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that before.
Yeah.
And
the thing that I find is the best is and I don't do this in every transaction, but on the ones where I feel that somebody's not really committed or, you know, may waver, is I have Tracy every couple of weeks call, just checking, we're almost getting there. How's your buyer? Yeah, I don't know, let me check. And I've had Tracy call and they come back, oh, my buyer bought another house. They didn't even know.
Okay.
So that's the way to kind of, it doesn't keep them in it, but it lets you know whether you have a strong buyer or somebody who's wavering.
Okay. Anybody else have
I think
anything
it's
to
just like
offer?
Sherman said, it gives you a good feel for where they stand, because a lot of times they've not been communicated with, and you know, this just gives you a little touch point.
you know what I've asked them lately is I've asked the buyer's agent, how many offers do you have out there on the table, and how many of them are your top 5 offers, and are we like number 3 or are we number 1? Because then that indicates to me how serious they are with our offer and where we're at in the line. Because then that kind of indicates to you if they're going to walk or not too.
I had a buyer back up today in the short sale. He actually sent me an email last night and said we're getting cold feet. You know, what do we do? And I said, hey, if you're going to back out, rather back out now than later on.
Okay.
So this morning I had an email that said, yeah, pull the plug.
And is there anybody here who submits more than one offer to the lender? I know your answer, Sherman.
Yeah.
No? Nobody else who submits more than one offer at a time to the lender. Okay. Gina, I think that answers your question. That's what you wanted to know, if the buyer could back out at the last minute. One of the things I did share with Gina is I read something on Active Rain a couple of days ago, and some of the lenders, some of the agents, listing agents, are trying to take a more maybe proactive approach on these. And what they're doing is they're requiring that the buyers actually move forward in the contract with their housing inspection, for example, and at least get that out of the way and try and get as many of the contingencies removed early on in a transaction. Is anybody doing that?
There's no way in hell if I was representing a buyer that I would have them spend any money. I just say, let's find another property.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
That answers that question. Okay, Gina, I think that answers that question for everybody.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We have one new person here. You want to introduce yourself, Brett?
Brett Smith, Bank of America.
Great. He's our host. So thanks so much, Gina. Bye for now.
Hi, Gina. See you at Inman.
Bye.